Assalamualaikum. Today I will be presenting a summary of Chapter 9, Foundation of Group Behaviour from Organizational Behaviour. This chapter focuses on how groups operate in organizations, how individuals behave within groups, and why understanding group behaviour is important for managers. First, the chapter discusses different types of groups and introduces social identity theory. This theory explains that people define themselves based on the group they belong to, such as work teams, departments, or even social groups outside of work. Because of this, the success or failure of group directly affect members' emotion and self-esteem. For example, if a team wins a company competitions, members feel proud. On the other hand, if the team fails, members may feel disappointed or frustrated. There are two types of identification. First, relational identifications with focuses on relationship with specific individuals in the group. Second, collective identifications, which is about belonging to the group as a whole. This can lead to in-groups and out-groups, where people favor members of their own group over outsiders. This is important in organizations because it can influence cooperation, communication, and sometimes create conflict if not managed carefully. Next, the chapter introduced the punctuated equilibrium model. Unlike traditional model that assume gradual progress, this model shows that group of through long periods of stability followed by sudden change, usually at the midpoint of a group. In the first place, members focus on defining goals and working slowly. At the midpoint, they realize time is limited, which often leads to dramatic changes in productivity and behavior. After this turning point, the group works faster to complete tasks on time. This helps managers understand why teams may appear unproductive at first, but then suddenly improve, and why mid-project intervention can be crucial. The chapter also highlights rules in groups. A rule is a set of expected behaviors associated with a position in the group. We have role perception, which is how we think we should act, and role expectations, which are how others expect us to act. Conflict occurs when these expectations clash. For example, team leader may expect members to focus on speed, but members may feel that quality is more important. This creates role conflict, which can also happen between different groups, like when work responsibilities clash with member obligations. Understanding roles and conflict is critical because unresolved role conflict can lead to distress, low morale, and decreased performance. Another key topic is group norms, which are shared rules that guide behavior. Norms influence not only behavior but also emotions, motivation, and ethics within the group. For instance, studies like the age conformity experiment shows that people sometimes conform to group opinions, even when they know the group is wrong. Similarly, the Houghton studies shows that how people adjust behavior when they feel observed. Positive norms promote productivity, cooperation, and ethical behavior. For example, if a team values honesty and collaboration, members are more likely to support each other and meet deadlines. On the other hand, negative norms can lead to workplace deviance, like gossiping, wasting resources, or even harassment. Culture also affects norms. People in collectivist culture tend to value teamwork and group harmony, while those in individualist cultures focus on personal group goals. Interestingly, orientation can even change after living in a different culture for a long time. The chapter also explains how status differences affect group performance. Status comes from power expertise or personal characteristic. High-status members often have more influence, speak more in meetings, and can sometimes deviate from norms without consequences. Group size also matters. Larger groups generate more ideas due to diverse input, but smaller groups are often better at making decisions and taking action. One common challenge in large groups is social loafing, which is when individuals reduce effort because responsibility is shared. Managers can prevent this by setting clear goals and accountability. Group cohesion is how strongly members feel connected to each other. High cohesion combined with positive performance norms lead to higher productivity. However, high cohesion alone is not enough. If norms are negative, cohesion can reinforce unproductive or even harmful behavior. Managers should aim to build cohesion while promoting positive norms to ensure teams remain effective and motivated. Finally, the chapter discusses group decision making. Groups bring strength such as more complete information, diverse perspective, and higher acceptance of solutions. However, group decisions can also be slower due to conformity, pressure, or domination by a few members. Techniques like brainstorming encourage creative thinking by removing criticism, while the nominal group technique reduces conformity by having members generate ideas independently before discussion. This method improves the quality of group decisions and maintains participation from all members. In conclusion, understanding group behavior is essential from managers. By managing roles, norms, status, cohesion, and decision-making processes effectively, organizations can build high-performing teams, reduce conflict, and improve overall productivity. Thank you for listening.